Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening from Indonesia, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today with the topic sharing with US current students and alumni. I am Nia here to be your moderator for today's events, and I extend to a warm welcome to Mr. Egi and also Slava for our today's speakers, and also a warm welcome to all participants who join these events. So before our proceeds this event, allow me to present today's agenda. The first one is opening remarks. The second one is sharing session from Egi. The second one is sharing session from Miss Slava, and the next one is question and answer session. In the question and answer session, all the participants can use the raise hand features or type the question in the chat box. And the last one is documentations and closing remarks. Without further ado, let us begin the webinar by saying Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear all participants, we commence our webinar today with the first presentation from Egi. Mr. Egi is one of the law students from UMM who received a SUSI 2023 scholarship. For Egi, perhaps you could start with your introducing yourself and sharing your experience in the US. Now, screen is yours.
Right. Thank you, Nia. Hi everyone. Good night. There's a time and hello, Slava, a friend from the US.
Hello.
Good morning. My name is Egi Nurilhani, and you all can call me Egi. I'm a law student in UMM, and I was an awardee of student of US Institute or SUSI in Philadelphia. So today I would like to share with you all about this SUSI program, and I also want to sharing about how do I can get the scholarship or my experience during the program itself. And maybe first of all, I would like to deliver my presentation in English, but maybe I'm not that uh, good in it. So if you have questions, maybe we can talk a lot in Q&A session later on. Okay. So about the SUSI program, is a 5 weeks intensive program from the uh, Department of State, the U.S. and SUSI program well, have have 5 countries around the world like Indonesia, Kurdistan, Egypt, India, and Lebanon. So we the 5 countries come to the US to learn about uh, religious diversity and democracy. I would like to share a, a PowerPoint presentation actually, but I have a trouble to make it, so it's really hard to share the presentation well. But I would like to talk about what is SUSI program and how the selection process or the 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 institute who hold this and the program and the funded program. Okay. So when we talk about the SUSI program, like I said before, it was an intensive program for 5 weeks in the US, Philadelphia, especially in Dialogue Institute, which is placed in the Temple University, and and there will there would have like 5 countries around the world and with 20 participants. So from Indonesia, we have like 4 participants, and from Lebanon like 5, and Egypt there have 4 participants, and from Kurdistan they have like 3 participants, and India is 4 participants. And the CC program, I know this program from the U.S. Embassy in Indonesia, and I got the information from the American corner WMM, and then try to register this program and and complete all the application requ- the application for the CC program. And then yeah it was it was a program from the Meridian International Center, which is they are have collaboration with the Dialogue Institute, the Dialogue Institutes. So basically, the SUSI program, they have like I don't know how much topic they have, but I think it's like 5 or 4 topics. Like they have woman woman empowerment, and then they have also a climate change topic, and in my program they have religious diversity and democracy topic. And there's also other topic, but I forget about it. So maybe you can search it in the website of the SUSI program itself. And but Indonesia would only can apply for the climate change topic and the religious diversity topic. And next, I would like to share about uh, what I do in the SUSI program and how the class look like. And in the first week of the SUSI program, you will to introduce yourself to other participants, and you will have to make friends with them, uh, which is very basic things when you get a scholarship aboard, right? And then uh, after you have after you know each other about yourself and your friend from the other country, you would like to learn about uh, some subject that will prepare for the participants. Like in the first week, we learn about the leadership type, and we learn about the introducing of religious diversity, and also introducing about the dialogue to uh, address some problem like that. Maybe I would like to show you some uh, pictures, maybe when the first week of my class during the CC program. Okay. Uh, Wait a minute. Aku melihat apa yang
Okay, maybe Mr. Egi have some problems with that. Okay,
Okay, it's
let's
fine.
maybe start up. Okay,
Is it okay? Is it good now? Okay,
yeah, it is
so
correct.
here's a Temple University. When I first come to the US, we're in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we're living in a Morgan Hall, which is like a dorm uh in here, and it's a part of like Temple University. And this is my first friend in the SCC program. His name is Miraj, and he's come from India. And this is like I told you before that, right, when we are trying to introduce ourselves or each other, and we are making like portrait of ourselves, like what 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 our goals, what our dream, and can we uh can we know about ourselves well, like that. And then beside of studying in the class, we also have a program like museum visit. And the first museum we visit is it is the Arc Street Meeting Museum. Like the interesting that from the CC program is that the first time came to the to the museum. Oh, sorry, it's not switching image. Okay, I think it's all good now. So this is the first place that we visit uh in the Philadelphia, that it's called like Art Street Meeting House, or is the place where uh there's a like community called Quaker, or yeah, something like that. I don't really pay attention about it, but uh yeah, at the first time, like I thought that I only know some religion like Islam, Christianity, or Hinduism, or Buddhism, but there are actually so many like faith, like beliefs in uh US community. And this is one thing that I found there, and called like Quaker. Yeah. And then we learn a lot from the Quakerism community. And then we are visit the church, or uh the like one church in the Philadelphia, where uh there's a very historical place, Philadelphia. Okay. And then there's so many topics that we learn from sushi program, like uh how diversity in the US is, like the religion, the religion, and the uh culture, and many things from the US. And then uh we, we not only learn in the class, but we also learn while visiting the museum, and we also learn about how to be a good leadership, and uh how to to use the tools of dialogue when we are trying to solve some problem. And because the diversity sometimes cause the problems in our community, that's why we have to use the tool of dialogue itself. Then and after this program, and uh we have some project to do. uh uh, uh, like the output of the program of the sushi program, that we have to make like some project. And Indonesian cohort has make project called Leader City. And maybe it will create some uh, activity like informing about the religious diversity in Indonesia, about how to be good leadership. And we'll have like Leader City camp in next year. So maybe you can follow the our Instagram at Leader City ID to to find more information about it. And this is and that is from the from anything that we get from this sushi program. So we create like a new community after completed the program. And the third one, I would like to sharing about my experience while I'm in the US. The first thing I came to the US, I made like what is called the buddies. Maybe if you know that when you go to the board and all you have and you join some program or scholarship, you have like your buddies to accompany you while you in the program. So you could ask them like how to do this, how to do that, like that, something like that. And then yeah, we met a man named Hadi. And he was our buddies during the program. And also there's a Celine Hernandez. So she also our buddies in the program. And there's also Sofa. You two are our buddy that accompany us during the program. And then we are coming to the Morgan Hall, which is our dorm. And it's like the apartment, I think. And and it's very big, which is it consists of four people in the room, in one room. And there's two bedroom. So yeah, and it was it's not that the Indonesian cohort living together, but we are mixed with other participants from another country. So I live with participant from Egypt and from India. And my friend live from one from Kurdistan, and also from India, and something like that. And then maybe one thing that yeah, maybe struggle to live in the US is that the food, that which is the food in the US is really different in Indonesia. So it's really I would love to like find something uh in Chinatown, or uh in the Asian market in the US. You could find that there. And that's how we can yeah, like eat Indonesian food. And we even like cooking together. We are cooking the food from Indonesia, like noodles, like tempe, like uh bakso, uh, and other else. And we also met Indonesian store in the US. It's called Pandawa, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's called Pandawa. And we're so happy when we are get to the Pandawa, because you can find the recent food there. And we bought a lot of food from the Pandawa store. So um, but not all the food in the US it's not good. I think I really like like tacos or uh where is it? Like maybe McDonald's and the yeah, I really like the fast food in the US. It's really the easiest things to find there. And maybe with about the people in the US, uh I don't know. I'm I'm so rarely find rude person in the US. Uh, I mean, uh, they all kind, I think, and uh, I don't know, maybe because I only visit one state, like in Philadelphia, or maybe if you come to another state, it will be different, right? And maybe something I forget to tell you that I'm not only visit Philadelphia at that time. In this program we visit like three states, like Washington D.C. and Arizona. In Washington D.C. we only spend one night, and then after in Washington D.C. we are going to the Arizona, which is the hottest place I think in the US that time, because it was summer and it's almost like 50 degrees in Arizona. But that's fine anyway. It's very good. Many good things there. In Washington DC, we are going to uh the Holocaust Museum. Yeah, the Holocaust Museum. So we are watching the many diorama in the museum that shows how uh Nazis like uh doing Holocaust and something like that. We're sharing with the uh, many people in the museum. I can tell much about I can tell much about this. So let's next to the other topic, which is we're going to the Arizona. In Arizona, which is was the host place, and uh we're living in the hotel, and when we try to look outside, like there is no much people outside when it's you know in the noon at all. And and because it's hot, we are uh very much doing our activities just in the hotel, and we uh, stay there. In the Arizona, we are visiting a place like the Baha'i community. Maybe if you all have heard about the Baha'i uh, religion or faith, is a part of like from India. And then we also visiting the LDS community, Latter Day Saints community, I think. And we're meeting the new friend there, from student of the Arizona State University. And it was very great experience because we are going to the church, we are going to uh, their activity, we are yeah, following their activity, and we also get into their class in a Sunday morning like that. And we all having fun when we are invited to the play zones. And that was, I think that was last day of our CC program, and then we are visiting the the play zones, and we're playing together all night long. And after that, the program is ends, and uh we all coming back uh together to our country. it was really sad because we have to uh, say goodbye to our friends, and because we don't know when will we will meet again, right? And I think I think there's so many things that I would like to uh, share with y'all. I think this still have time. Uh, One thing that very interesting in the program is that uh, we are going to the host family, and uh, I would live with Miraj, my friend from India, and my host family named Mimi and Jake, even. And they are all kind because they invite us to watch baseball in the US. It's first time for me to watch it. Uh, and we spend the night with playing games and also watching movies together. And uh, and we're also going to the hill. We are just sit walk in the hill. And we also visit the George Washington's first first war. And yeah, it's the first time for me and for them. We also visit the Rocky statue, and we also watch the Rocky movies. And I mean, they told us about how movies very popular in the Philadelphia, and maybe you can find the movie called Rocky, and it will shows you like how Philadelphia looks like. And actors. We also visit the Museum of Art, and yeah, there's so many museum in Philadelphia, I think. And I really have fun to visit museum, and I really enjoy the activity there because yeah, I love to see the history of uh something of our state, especially. And yeah, I think it would be like boring to tell how I feel while in the US, or but uh for the last session, I think I would like to share you about how I can get to the program and how the selection process of the sushi program. Yeah, if you look up to the Sushi Dialect Institute Instagram, they share about how you could uh apply for the sushi program. And first is that you have to contact your MC, and then you have to fulfill the requirement at at uh at my time. The the form that you have to complete is like your motivation letter, and your there's a question that you have to answer. And I think that's all. And then you go to the interview session after uh your complete requirement. And then you will interview with the your embassy, and also with yeah, I think you just with the embassy. So there's no English requirement for this program. You don't have to take like IELTS and TOEFL or something like that. That's why that's why. And I could not, like, speak very fluently in English. But it's not really hard to me to understand all the material from the CC program, or to speak with other people in US, because uh uh, we still have we still could understand each other while talking something. And and after you get interviewed by the embassy, and yeah, that's all. I think you have to wait for them to inform you that are you are you eligible to join the program or not. And if you want to know about the detail of the requirement, you could visit our Instagram at American Corner WMM. There's a post about SUSI's requirement for participants. Like you have to uh age between 18 till 25. I'm able to share. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, here is it. Like this is the topic that they offer to me. Is a religious diversity and democracy. Or if you would like to choose another topic, you would just like climate change, and you have to be between 18 and 25 years of age. And there's a what is it selection from Core WMM. So that's why it was for students, maximum 7 semester. And yeah, you can check the all the requirement here in American Corner web Instagram. And just let you know that uh all all fund from the program is covered by uh Susi. So I mean uh exclude from the passport, your visas, your accommodation, your transportation, your food, your meals is covered by in this sushi program. So it's very it's very good. It's very great program because they cover all of your needs, and you only have to prepare with your community action plan, or the project that you have to make after this program. And here's some clip from Susi Dialog Institute Instagram, which is shows that we are created food together. We have created food from our countries, from each countries, like so we can eat the Lebanon food, or eat the Egyptian food, the Kurdistan food, or Indian foods. The first time I eat Indian food, it's very good. Like paripuni, yeah, panipuri. It's very good taste. I think that's all things that I can share to you all. I'm sorry it's not that very clear, and I'm sorry if I'm not shows you any pictures or um any, any photos, but I would like to share it. It's not a chance to share with others. And maybe Slava would continue my explanation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Eggy. So I will give it a sum up before we move to the next presenters. So sushi program is from States or US and involve 5 countries, one of which is Indonesia, and every seasons there will be 21 participants, and from Indonesia there will be in Indonesia this year it's only for participants can join these programs. And if you want to know the requirement for the sushi program, you can visit our Instagram at American Corner UMN. So basically, the general requirement is you need to contact the embassy and fulfill the others requirement like motivation letters and so on. Okay, thank you so much once again, Egi. And now we going to the next presenters. It is Slava. Slava is a student of Global Security and Criminal Justice Program at Temple University, Philadelphia. And same as before, Slava, please introduce yourself and share your experience as a student in United States. Screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Nia, and thank you very much, Eggy. My name is Slava. I study actually under two majors. Criminal justice is its own major, and global security is its own major. I am a third-year student at Temple University, which is the university that hosted the SUSI cohort, and which is where the Dialogue Institute is located. And that's how I was able to meet with the organization. With that organization, I'm currently an intern. I have had my contract with them extended. During SUSI, I worked mostly as a student peer, so I would help the students find their way around Philadelphia, help them with any questions they had, any homeworks or issues in terms of education, creating a good itinerary, finding where students can go during their free time, and then helping them adjust to United States. And then also I helped with the reporting to the State Department and certain curriculum aspects, so preparing some content where the students could learn. My personal research is interreligious and interethnic conflict in national frontier regions, which is how I'm kind of close to the Dialogue Institute. But one of the first things I would like to say is that for all of these SUSI programs, you do not need to be a major or a scholar in that field if you want to go and study that program. So for example, there are four SUSIs that I am aware of. One of them is the religious diversity one. One of them is a journalism and free press one, is in Arizona. One of them is climate change, and one of them is female empowerment. I think there may be a few more. For all of these programs, you do not have to be a major in journalism or religion or environmental sustainability in order to actually apply to the program. So for example, during this SUSI cohort, I don't think any of our students were scholars of religion. A lot of them were doctors or business students. A lot of them were also students of journalism or of maybe other unrelated majors. And the purpose of this program is so that you can come to the United States, you can have this educational experience, and you can apply this new knowledge about democracy, religion, pluralism to your own field of work. So for example, a doctor can learn how to better treat diverse patients from different faiths who may have different expectations, or someone who's starting their own business or wants to go into corporate HR can learn how to best accommodate different employees from different religions and how to talk with them better. And maybe someone who's interested in political science can have a better understanding of democracy and representation. Eggy explained a lot about SUSI. I would just like to clarify a few things. The program is under the State Department. It is fully funded by the State Department. Meridian is an organization that helped the in-between between the state and the individual institutes. So Meridian helped with transportation, they helped with reporting, getting the money and the finances from the state to the individual students. But the Dialogue Institute focused on the actual education component. So we are an organization that is focused on interreligious democracy and pluralism in Philadelphia, because of Philadelphia's historic status as at the founding of the United States, the most diverse and the most progressive city that was also very meaningful to the democracy in the United States and the revolution and the founding of the new country. What else? Yes. Philadelphia was also chosen for Temple University, which is a big school located in the city, so students can have an experience with a big American university in case they're curious about further study in the United States or they want to pursue education in that field. I think a lot of our students experienced that this was a very new university type for them. Temple is very big, it's very urban, and Philadelphia is a very big city, a very developed city. So you will live in a high-rise dorm. You will have to commute on the metro, on the buses, on the public transit very regularly in order to go to all of the events. And the campus is for all students to use and for all students to get acquainted with American university life. In terms of the structure of the program, it was somewhat imitating a lighter course load in a regular university if you were just taking intensive classes in religious democracy and pluralism. So every single day you would have roughly 2 lectures or 1 lecture and a visit or 1 lecture and an event. And then there were many off days when you can just explore the city, you can do homeworks, you can prepare, you can work on your project, and you can study. Actually, as I learned from my supervisors, this was the most free time that the participants ever had out of all of the previous SUSIs. So I think that's why Eggy mentioned having fun and playing with his friends a lot. But, I'm a big supporter of that. And that's where a lot of times I came in. So I would help students find unique places in Philadelphia that they can visit and curate their own experience. So let's say we had a student who was very focused on the tourism aspect of Philadelphia. He could go to all of the fancy hotels, all of the sightseeing, and he could enjoy that. Meanwhile, some students were really interested in the content, so they could go to more museums and they could go to more of the educational experiences. Some students just wanted to have fun, and so we were there to accommodate all of that. The course load is mostly focused on interreligious democracy and pluralism. The concept is that the students will come to the United States. They will learn about how America, as a sort of historically democratic and secular state that has accommodated a lot of religions, especially in Philadelphia, all of the pros and the cons, all of the good ways and all of the potentially harmful ways that America has dealt with interreligious pluralism, so that these students can go back home and gain a better understanding of the situation in their country, so they can have a new perspective to look at democracy at home, or they can find new ways of interreligious dialogue that maybe doesn't exist in their countries yet, and they can learn and then implement that in their countries, in their fields of study, in unique experiences. Of course, the State Department is funding this, so there's a little bit of an incentive to say, look at how amazing America is, look at how good we are. But we try really hard to give a very honest perspective. America has a lot of struggles. It's not a perfect country. And so a lot of times there will be focus on, how can we improve the situation? How can we improve the state of interreligious dialogue? How can we improve participation in democracy? How can you do that in your own countries? Is there a way that's better than what the United States is doing? The 5 weeks are structured roughly around certain topics. So you will first learn about democracy in the United States as a kind of baseline so that everyone knows what the content is. Then the second week and the third week focus on different aspects of history and religion so that everyone has a good awareness of American history and the development of democracy and religious pluralism in the United States. And then the third and fourth week are focused on exploring different religions and how they have adjusted to the United States. So, for example, a lot of the colonizers who came to the US were Christian, but different types of Christians who actually really disliked each other. So there will be exploration of those faiths and those interactions and those conflicts. A lot of early Americans were also Jews who came as merchants or who came as settlers trying to find a better life than was in Europe. There was also a big Muslim community in the United States, first through slaves that were brought here from Africa, and then through Turkish travelers and immigrants later on, 100 years later. And then talking about more minority faiths such as Buddhism and Baha'i and Hinduism that are more recent to the United States and that have had an interesting time adjusting under new policy and as a kind of uniquely immigrant religion that wasn't present at the founding of the United States. At the same time, while you're learning, you will also have leadership workshops where you learn how to lead an organization or become a leader in your community. And that is preparing you for your final project. The final project is something you can take home and something that you can use all of the knowledge that you learned during SUSI and apply it to your own project at home. So for example, the Indonesia cohort had decided to create an organization called Leadercity. My understanding is it's an organization that's meant to promote awareness and education around questions of democracy and actually religion in Indonesia. And it wants to do workshops such as this, webinars, and also perhaps in the future, when they have a bigger structure, some camps and some tours and some interesting events like that, which is very interesting. But you don't have to be that ambitious. Leader City was formed by all 4 students working together. If you're a single student, maybe you are a member of your local community and you want to take home a project about government awareness or political awareness. Maybe you want to go home and help engage your city in democratic participation the next time there's an election. Really, all of the future is yours. Maybe you're an entrepreneurship student and you already have a business idea and you now want to implement an element of diversity to it. So really, we will accommodate as many plans as possible. This is just a way for students to take what they have learned and actually apply it. And this is also a way for us as an organization to see if the program has actually worked and what students are learning and how students are giving back. And so that we can kind of spread this education. When Eggy and I discussed this, there was a bit of a discussion talking about the different education culture in the United States. For students interested in study abroad, both with SUSI and with other programs. So I mentioned the schedule. The schedule is meant to replicate a sort of summer class environment of around 2 courses. We have a very similar course structure in the United States to what you guys have in Indonesia, as Eki described. So there's also roughly 3 credits per course, and then you can have up to 20 credits per semester. Maybe 24 if you dislike yourself and want to take a lot of work, or maybe you're very ambitious. And you can choose between the courses for your major or the courses that you just want to take. And for example, SUSI was meant to imitate if you were taking 2 or 3 summer courses, mostly focused on government, poli-sci, religion, and democracy. And you were also traveling around Philadelphia the entire time. So it's a kind of more fun means of education. In general, the courses are very discussive, and the classes are meant for you to engage with. So we will have a lot of guest speakers come in, maybe they give a presentation, but the emphasis is not for you to sit there and, like in a conventional lecture, just take notes and then write an exam. There is no testing for this program. There is no final quiz, there is no short quizzes, there is no final exam, nothing like that. Mostly it's meant for students to speak up, to be able to talk about their personal experiences, to relate the content, and to actively engage with the material rather than just sitting and taking notes, although that's perfectly fine. In general, the level of distance between professor and speaker and student is a bit lower. So these are professors, but they also want to be friendly with you in a way. They want to share, they want to talk about personal experiences, they want to talk about your own life. They are, in a sense, your friends, and you can treat them as such. It's very casual. You can have coffee with them. You can go out and just have a one-on-one discussion. And that's reflected in the course structure. So you refer to these teachers by the first name usually. It's very casual, and it's meant for you to speak all as one, all together, with a kind of lower barrier of entry, so that everyone can be on the same page. These are very serious topics of discussion, so a lot of times interreligious conflict can get very intense. So we want to be able to create a peaceful and open environment where everyone can share. A lot of times somebody might say something that isn't very sensitive or isn't very well spoken at the moment, but that's purely because they don't know as much, or they might not be able to express themselves in the best way. And I think a casual form of discussion and a casual form of education allows you to be able to say, hey, that personally doesn't really feel great to hear, we use this language or we don't use that and it's very harmful. Or on the other hand, here's a better way to express that, rather than saying, oh, this person doesn't know what they're talking about, but I will stay silent. There's also a big focus on independence overall. You're in the city with your cohort, you're in the city with your friends, but you will have to learn how to get around by yourself. You will have to plan your own schedule. You will all have to plan your own time. When are you going out into the city to have fun and explore? When are you staying home to study and work on your leadership project? You have to navigate a big city, you have to navigate a big busy environment. We have the metro, we have regional rail, we have buses, we have trolleys, we have a big you will be able to get around. You can get around yourself, but you don't have to. We had peers, we had Hattie, Celine, and myself who were always available. And we really encourage people to go together in groups so that you can share your experiences and also for your safety reasons. Uh, what else? You will dorm together with other students. You will be placed randomly, most likely. The dorm situation is also meant to imitate a regular dorm at Temple University. You get one suite, you get two rooms, you get two people per room. You have a little kitchen, and you can have all of the fun you want. Our cohort, and this was unique, they decided to cook their own foods to share their culture. So every few days we would have an Indonesian night versus a Lebanon night, and then a Kurdistan night, and then an Indian night. And then at the end, you could have a very nice dinner together. You could celebrate, you can do dances, you can have fun. In general, this is a more casual program. So as much as it is serious and as much as we want you to learn, you also have free time. We understand that this is a new experience and this is a fun experience, and you kind of want to go to the United States and have a good summer. If you want to study abroad for a semester, very likely this will be a similar structure, but of course more intense. So you will probably take 4 to 5 courses. You will be housed at a university. You may also have an intermediary organization such as Meridian, although not themselves, but another similar organization who will report between you, your home university, and your host university. And they will check in, how are you studying? How are you doing? How are your finances going? Is everything going well? Temple University has a lot of study abroad programs and a lot of study abroad resources. We actually have a global studies lounge and community, a global studies international students lounge and community. So international students can meet up, they can collaborate, they can work together, they can learn languages together. Our library hosts every Wednesday language courses and language aid so that students who are studying a language, let's say I'm studying Chinese and there's a Chinese international student, and you can meet together and help each other. One helps in English, one helps in Chinese, and you can also make friends. We really want students to have a good time. We really want students to be engaged. We think that study abroad is a very important opportunity to raise awareness, and that hosting other students is a great way to enrich the campus. I think Temple University works with over 100 different programs in order to facilitate study abroad. And one of our apartment locations next to campus, which is a big, big house, is mostly for these types of students. So you will live in a very similar arrangement. You will also be able to make friends. You will have fellows from other study abroad programs and from your own program who will help you out. You are never alone, and there will always be someone to help you out, to help you along. And there will always be someone to check in and make sure that you're keeping up on your studies, you're being responsible, and you are having a good time in the United States. I think this is most of what I had to plan to say. I'm sorry, this is a bit short. But I think this is best also added in a Q&A session. The United States, I'm actually myself an immigrant to the United States from Russia. So this was, I can't really perfectly represent American culture, but in my personal experience, I think Eggy had a lot of good points to make about American study in America. I think when I came to the US, I was surprised how smiley and kind everyone is to you and how they really want to help out. I think that Philadelphia is a very good city to study in because it is so diverse and it has such a global impact. So there is a big Chinatown, and despite its name, it actually has a lot of different Asian cultures living together. There is an Indonesian store where you can get all of the groceries you need. There's also other communities that you can visit and you can engage with. And Temple is a very global campus that's focused on bringing all of these students together to study. I think that it's important to keep in mind for any study abroad program. Some of them might be in your major, but a lot of them, like Susie, are not. So you don't have to be a scholar in journalism in order to take a journalism intensive program. You don't have to be a scholar in climate change in order to take a climate intensive program. This is something that that is additional knowledge that you could add on. And in general, America really enjoys having host students, having international students and hosting students. And there's a lot of opportunities outside of SUSY and in different universities you can look forward to. Arizona is a great state, although it's very warm. Arizona is a great state for different programs. They also have a very rich community. And no matter what city you go to, you will have a very good time. And that is most of what I have to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Lava, for all the sharing things that you shared to all the participants. Maybe I need to some things like you don't need to be on that field if you want to take this program or CC programs. You don't need to be a journalist or a law students to take all the topic for these programs. Like there will be some topic like democracies, intelligence, cultures, and exploring religions in the States. And this program offers a full funded scholarship for who wants to join these programs. And also Philadelphia, and especially in Temple University, it's one of such a big school for everyone who wants to experience United States, such as America. And you can choose. You guys want to choose other subject you want. You can take this program if you want to learn more about democracy and meet others people from others country and get some dialogue or discussion regarding to the democracy, religion, culture, and also the exploration religions. Thank you so much once again to Slava, and maybe we're going to the next session. It is a Q&A session. So for who want to ask a question to Egi and Slava, you can use raise hand features in Zoom or type your question in the chat box. Maybe anyone want to ask about SUSI programs, like how we can get the context of this embassy and get this SUSI programs, and like whatever do you want to ask maybe? Okay, sorry, I'm unmute. Once again, is first question from Aleta. So Aleta quite asks about how you adaptation with another of awardees from SUSI programs, and can you giving stories about the plus minus of whenever you adapt with those peoples and also adapt with in that country.
All right. Question is about how I'm adapted to uh, some place in Philadelphia or another state in the U.S. So first thing in the Philadelphia is I think it's still a good place and community is good, but there's something like like something like like bad things in Philly to do that I would like to explain. Like you could find some drugs or it's pretty common things in US, so I think it's very but I think it's still good for me to uh find some place which just they have drug in the street, or that there's some people that very rude to me or saying something or yelling at to me, but for me, I'm still good with that, and I think that's not a very good. It's very not big deal. Uh, and and uh, it's, I don't know how to explain this how to explain these things, but yeah, I found some homeless in the Philadelphia. I found some also homeless in the Arizona or Washington DC, and there's some things come to me and ask me for some money or something like that. But yeah, if you have bravery, you don't have to be good with them. You can reject their what they're asking to you, and you can go into the safety place and in the Philadelphia or in another states. I mean, this has happened in some in many countries, even in Indonesia. You know that so I think I can get this with it, live in the Philadelphia. And I think it's a little bit different when you are in Arizona, because uh it's uh it's really hot. And yeah, I can like go anywhere that's very far from the hotel, because if I do that, it's really like very uh preferring. You can get tired too easy, or uh, really not good for your health, and that's why many people just come inside to their house, like that. Is it answer your question, or
Okay, hopefully it's answer the question from the Aleta. So I think every country has their plus and minus whenever what it is, like maybe the peoples or maybe the weathers or maybe the tradition that not much with us in the first we come to the country. Okay, we have another question from Anissa. Anissa has raised the hands, and maybe Anissa, can you open your mic? Oh, she typed this on the chat box. Hello, Egi. Could you tell me what course did you enroll to the Temple University?
okay, all right. Just like I tell you before that sushi program, it's not like we are going to study abroad, but it's just like a very short course program, and you get topic the topic like the religious diversity and democracy, and that's the course that you will learn in the US. So even that is really, it's not linear. It's different from your major in your country. Like yeah, if you psychology students, but you still can apply for this CC program, but you will learn about uh, religious diversity and democracy. So it's not course that I enroll, but it's more like topic that I learned in the Dialect Institute in the Temple University.
Okay, thank you so much, Egi. Maybe I have one question. It is SUSI program covers our SKS or the course in our home university, Egi, or maybe Slava can answer it.
Yeah, my understanding is that SUSI program is not transferable courses, so you don't get credit for it. You can't apply it to your major or your minor or just your graduation requirements. However, you do get a graduation certificate. You get a certificate that you passed this program, that you had this education, and that can go towards your LinkedIn, towards any profile you have, towards further applications. And if you want to discuss with your university whether or not this can count for some educational requirements, then this is a personal thing between you and the university. This isn't really something that the State Department plans, and this isn't something that's planned to be a course completion, but you can try and figure something out always.
Okay, thank you so much, Slava, for the answer the questions. Maybe there's anyone to ask to Slava and also Egi about the social programs, like maybe you curious about something in Philadelphia, or maybe you want get to know about this social program more and more. You can just raise your hand and open your mic, or maybe you can just type your question on the chat box. Maybe we will wait for 5 minutes for this Q&A session for everyone. If everyone still wants to ask questions. Okay, it's come from Anissa. The question is this program offered to join Mod Court or Model United Nations? Maybe Slava or Egi can answer it.
I guess I can take the question. I'm not fully sure what you mean in the question, but as I said, SUSI gives you a certificate of completion, and then you can use that for other applications for anything you would like. In terms of joining Model Court, Model UN, we have these things at Temple University, but they are during the semester and they are for the students and run by the students. So this is something that you would have to do with your own home university. But if you would like to apply the SUSI experience to either of those student organizations, then that can definitely be done, and I really recommend it. I think it's helpful for both of those student organizations, especially Model United Nations, because of the questions and the concepts that you discussed during the program. They're very relevant to, international community and international law and these questions. So this is definitely a useful program if you are interested in these things.
Okay, thank you so much for answering the questions. Maybe it's the last question from this Q&A session. Thank you so much again, also Slava, for answering all participant questions today. Right now, the team is we are going to move to the next session. It is a documentation sessions. The team will gonna take a screenshot. So for everyone is here, please open your camera, and I will lead to count three. Maybe everyone can open your camera, and we are going to have documentations, and I will count to three. Once again, if you are able to on cam or open your camera, you can open your camera, and we are going to have documentations. Okay, hopefully the team is ready for taking the screenshot. I will count to 3, so give it your best smiles. 1, 2, 3. Once again, 1, 2, 3. The second slide, 1, 2, 3. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So for everyone who joined it here, please fulfill the link that will be shared by the teams, and please stay here for a bit to the team get sharing the links. Okay, please kindly check the chat box to fulfill the links, and you will get the A certificate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming here. As we draw this likely the webinar to be closed, I would like to express our deepest gratitude and also thank you to our awesome speakers today, Mr. Egi and also Slava, for sharing their invaluable insight and also experience with us. Your contributions have been truly inspiring, shedding light on the opportunities and knowledge that await those who embark on educational journey and scholarship abroad. We hope that you guys found this webinar informative and inspiring, and we look forward to future opportunity for dialogue and growth. Thank you so much for being a part of these events, and we hope that we can continue. We hope that all of you can continue success in your academic and professional journey. With that, I've officially closed this webinar. Good evening, everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, Slava.
Slava and Egi.
Thank you, Slava.
Good job, Vicky. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Have a great day, Slava.
Thank you. You too.
So, what are you gonna do after the event?
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe sleep for 45 minutes and then I have to start studying again.
All right.
I
Okay.
am so dead. I have a 10-page literature review to do.
Oh. Okay.
It's still early morning in US, yeah.
Yes, but it's 9 in the morning and I woke up for this event. And I
Then
went
you
to sleep very late last night.
Yeah, me
It was
too.
pretty, yeah.
Whereas, I actually not really good condition, not really flu here because it's very cold.
Oh, it's cold in where you are?
Yes, it's really cold in my place in Indonesia.
I
Yeah,
struggle to believe that. What's the temperature? What's the temperature?
the temperatures like uh,
It's like
how-
24 degrees right now, but
24 is cold?
it feels no, but it felt like 30 or 32.
Oh,
I'm very cold.
recently recently it's right at nighttime, maybe 2 degrees where we are. So I think it's a bit colder.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. It also feel cold here. So thank you, Nia, and
Thank
others
you.
committee.
It's my
Thank you,
pleasure
Nia.
to be with you guys. Maybe I will
Yeah.
say goodbye to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.